I transform Minecraft into extreme immersion. Hey everyone, welcome back to my beautiful channel, where we love to transform Minecraft using mods, shaders and resource packs. Today I'll be making Minecraft super immersive and realistic. I've realized that you guys like my immersive Minecraft videos, they usually perform well. I've also started a new playlist where I transform Minecraft into different video games. Currently I made Ghost of Tsushima and Cyberpunk. Next you guys suggested Assassin's Creed, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I don't want to bore you guys too much. Before we get in, as always, make sure you like and subscribe if you like these type of videos. And let's get in. So just like every video, we start from vanilla Minecraft and build our way up. I'll focus on making it look realistic first, then I'll be using two different shaders to make it more immersive. Also I got my stats in the top left so you guys can actually see what's going on. Alright, so I basically already lied. I said this is vanilla Minecraft, but I do have a few mods installed for performance and allowing us to use shaders. These mods are Iris shaders and Sodium. Iris allows us to use shaders and Sodium is a performance mod that works well with fabric launchers. Let's add ourselves a shader. For the first shader I'll be using Bliss shader. Honestly, it's one of the best looking shaders out there. This version of Bliss is from GitHub, which is also compatible with Distant Horizons. Anyways, we can already see a massive difference in the visuals. Bliss brings an incredible immersion, especially with the fog it provides us with. For my settings, I'll quickly go through them and then you guys can pause the video whenever you want. Anyways, that's our shader that we'll be using for now. Later, I'll be changing it once we get down into the caves. For the resource packs, I'll be using the famous Patrix 128 resolution. There is a higher resolution, which is 256, but yeah, it basically tells us not to try it. It legit broke my PC one time. Patrix brings extreme realism into Minecraft, giving every block a realistic and rusty feel. It also comes with different add-ons that improve how blocks connect, how armors and mobs look like. You also got these amazing models, and the bonus pack allows us to use slabs to achieve different blocks. In my opinion, it's one of the best and most realistic resource packs out there. There's also a free version available, which is the 32 resolution, and still looks great. Until you zoom into blocks and you'll be able to see a difference, but if you don't zoom in, it looks fine to me. I also added Expressive fresh moves, which changes our character animation. I use this resource pack all the time. Seriously, it's awesome. You'll need two mods in order to run this resource pack, and they are Entity Model feature and Entity Texture feature, otherwise nothing will change. I also decided to include extended Illumnia, which makes our torches more 3D and realistic. Immersive GUI changes our GUI, making it more medieval and just overall look great. And finally, I also decided to include round trees. Instead of logs being square, they're now more round. So that's all the resource packs we'll be adding. We now got our Bliss shader on, as well as our resource packs, and I must say it looks amazing already. But now, let's add ourselves some mods. Firstly, for world generation, I'll be using Turlet and Tectonic. I've used this world gen before and it never disappoints me. Focusing on adding incredible mountains and river canals. You honestly can't beat it. I used Epic Terrain before, but for some reason, it always spawns me in the snow biome. And I felt like the green islands will give us a more immersive feel. Big Globe is another generation mod that is great, but I decided to go for Turlet and Tectonic instead. However, to see the full potential of this world generation combination, we'll need to activate the Distant Horizons mod. Once we set this to true, we'll be able to see miles into the distance and see incredible mountains, rivers flowing and lakes. It's honestly hard to believe that this is Minecraft right now. Notch, if Minecraft 2 doesn't look like this, I mean come on. Seriously, I could literally walk for hours taking the scenery. Anyways, let's focus on some other mods to make it more immersive. Firstly, I'll be adding the camera overhaul mod, a mod that I cannot play Minecraft without. Basically, it tilts our camera when we look left or right, giving it a bit more of a twist. I don't know why I'm in love with this mod so much, but I feel like it fits the immersion theme very well. Some mods can also be customized. You'll need to download a mod called Mod Menu. Once you download it, you'll have access to the mods you download. Now, not every mod can be configured, but for example, camera overhaul has this option. I've tweaked a bit of these settings, but feel free to change it to whatever you're comfortable with. Next, we'll be adding the first person model. This mod allows us to see our actual body and not just our hand. Pairing this mod with extended Illumnia resource pack, not enough animations will add animations to things like climbing ladders, falling, eating, chopping trees, and much more. You can check the config settings using the Mod Menu mod and see what it offers and either enable it or disable it. Better combat will make our combat animation much cooler. You'll now swing your sword in various directions, making them more realistic. Okay, I think we've got enough animations already with the mods and the resource packs. Let's go ahead and add some sound mods. Firstly, I'll be adding Ambient Sounds, which is a mod that adds some environment sounds into the game. Depending on what biome we're in, you'll hear different sounds, like birds, winds, and crickets at night. I had to include this mod as it adds life into our gameplay. Present footsteps add sound when walking on certain blocks, making it more satisfying and presents us with realistic sounds. Sounds Physics Remastered will add sounds into the caves. When walking, breaking, or even just hearing monsters, it'll make it more echoey. It honestly scares me sometimes being down in these caves, but definitely improves our immersion. And finally, Sounds is a mod focusing on our GUI. When moving items about, you'll hear a more satisfying sound. It's a simple mod but works very well. Now our game looks amazing and sounds amazing, we can now add some extra mods to improve our gameplay experience. Firstly, Shoulder Surfing mod. This mod improves the third person look. We can now see ourselves from an angle and even just see our entire body. You can also customize it using the arrow keys to see how far or close you want the camera from your character. This mod pairs very well with the style we're going for. Fishing Reel will make our fishing experience much cooler. Once you hook a fish, you'll need to reel it in. It'll also stay alive until you kill it. Tree Chop is a mod that when we chop a tree, it starts getting smaller. Eventually, once you break the bottom log, it'll automatically break. Do a Barrel Roll is an amazing elytra mod. It basically allows us to control flight using the mouse. When we move our mouse left, right, up or down, our camera and character will also follow. This mod is great for making content as you can get some amazing angles. Another really cool traveling mod is Immersive Aircraft. This is the first time I'm using this mod, but I wish I tried it before. It offers planes, helicopters and hot air balloons, and they can all be crafted. Immersive MC will change on how we use functional blocks. For example, using a crafting table, you'll now actually have to use it in order to craft items. You're no more right-clicking into it. You'll see everything outside, which I think is a really cool add-on. This works with all functional blocks. Spawn animations will make mobs come from the ground. It's just a simple add-on, but I think it'll make the caves even more scarier. Just Zoom will allow us to give us a zoom animation when pressing Z. It's one of the better zoom mods I've seen, just because you can configure this one, and set how smooth the fade-ins and outs are, which is really cool. I also added Fancy Block Particles, which has these cool particles when breaking blocks. Also when placing blocks, you'll get this simple animation. I could have added the Physics Pro instead of the Fancy Block Particles, as it offers similar animations, but also changes the oceans and the entire physics in the game. However, it doesn't seem to work with some of the shaders, so I decided not to include it. And that will do it. We have now got our Bliss shader, resource packs and mods installed, and the game looks truly amazing. It also runs fairly smooth, which is pretty nice. It looks extremely realistic, but I will change the shader and make it slightly more immersive. I went into the caves for this, as you'll be able to see the true potential of the shaders I'm about to activate. The first shader is Shrimple. The light tracing on the shader is something else. It will impact our performance slightly. I also set my settings in the shader to RTX. You can slightly improve the performance by setting the block light trace to emit rather than trace, and you'll be able to see a slight difference, but not too much. Shrimple is also compatible with distance horizons. However, it doesn't seem to look as good on land. Looks much better underground. I mean, this has to be one of the most immersive Minecraft. Just look how good this looks. Next shader, I'll be using Rethinking Voxels. It also offers really nice light tracing options and gives us incredible immersion in the caves, but I do prefer the Shrimple Shader for some reason. Just looks a little bit better in my opinion. That will do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was interesting and helpful. From vanilla Minecraft to this, it's crazy what you can achieve from adding shaders, resource packs and mods. Also, all the information will be down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.